all the ladies in my community, I don't want you, especially if you're like young, in like 18 to or like that age, in like pre 25, do not go out of your way to create an OnlyFans. Let's be real critical here. Let's be real critical here. A lot of the ladies in that industry would actually love to be in the position that you're in and decide to do something else if they knew what they knew in your position. Mind you, I'm not saying anything bad about those girls. And many people who are like deeply in the lifestyle, many of them aren't there as a consequence of choosing to be, but it's a consequence of circumstance. And now you take two steps in the wrong direction, you're already like a one-way trip to Pleasure Island. And it's very difficult to not only turn back from that, but to literally take steps from and create a new identity from that, especially in this shame-based society that we live in. But one thing that I'm seeing that's very consistent across the board, at least from the ladies that I'm in my community, is the desire for time flexibility and financial freedom. Now, let me ask you this. If you could have access to those through a schedule that you choose and you've created for yourself, would you see yourself automatically going like directly into the OnlyFans route? Or let's just be like blunt, is the money what you want? And are you seeing that as a funnel that can get you that money quickly and efficiently? Because mind you, it's most of the like the sales and like the people's results and revenue, whatnot. It's just kind of screenshots and really niche quotas in relation to the majority of people who post their content on there. Most people post content on there, bro, and they're only getting $5 to maybe $500 a month, if that. A lot of people are posting content on there like genuinely for free after they were told by some manager or some agency owner, oh, I can make you a millionaire. Now, I'm also going to include in this, the reason why I'm saying don't automatically go the OnlyFans route, and you don't even have to take my advice, honestly, but the reason why I say don't automatically go the OnlyFans route is because, one, honestly, think about the sex workers who genuinely are in the industry and like this is genuinely their career. Like you as a wishy-washy, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, are saturating the fuck out of the industry. You're, I hate to say it like this, but bastardizing the meaning of the industry, and you're making it more difficult for like real creators who are actually pursuing careers there to be able to develop that connection with their audience, to collaborate with other creators, to make sure that they are actually building something real. Because it's constantly being flooded in with just new high and buy fly guys, fly girls that just show up for 3 months, for 3 weeks, for 3 days, and they just constantly fuck up like the collective awareness. But now let's start speaking about just yourself. An interesting perspective that I want to include in this video is that, mind you, there's another creator that made this, what I'm about to say, in a whole other video, which is way better than I did. So if you know that lady, I don't want to assume pronouns or anything. If you know who the lady is, please tag in the comments and thank them. But they're describing, if you as a woman like are confused as to why you don't have big brand deals, or like people are, or brands are asking for like your conversion rates and your engagement rates, and you send them your percentages and they're like, yeah, we're not fucking with you anymore. It's because guys, they just want to watch and fantasize in hope that they can do the thing that they want to do with you. Most guys just hope and fantasize, and there's like a 5% chance of guys who actually will act upon that fantasy. Mind you, as a woman, you have been approached and catcalled and all types of things by way more than what appears to be 5%. But if you knew the community of men who just sit here in this like external like membrane, just watching the existence of women, not participating in a collective society where they have to engage, the number of men in the world, in your perspective, would increase by like 1,000,000-fold. So if you're going to be an entrepreneur, this is now speaking about you, the person who's wishy-washy about doing OnlyFans, and I'm telling you not to. If this is the industry that you're going into, you're not even necessarily developing a community of subscribers, a community or an audience of customers, even an audience of just community members that want to support you for anything other than self-gratification. And then when you start to integrate into your brand the things that you care about, the things that you're doing in your life, who you are, like really are, beyond just a tool to arouse people, then people are like, why am I to care about this? Like, this isn't turning me on. This isn't making me how I'm supposed to feel, like horny. And you, as an artist, more times than not, are going to start to internalize that. And if you internalize that, then it almost like the self-gaslighting further pushes you into the industry thinking that you need more and more and more validation from them because they're not giving you the validation that you want. But you're forgetting the initial offer that you presented was, I need validation in this specific way. But that validation is very conditional, very fleeting, and at the mercy of the dickhead, not the brain head. So you can depend on it being very animalistic and sporadic, not logic thinking. So again, because I never leave anybody with just fear mongering and then telling you to not do something without giving you options, how about we start really, really creating, and this is, there's probably a million opportunities for this. I'm just like speaking this as a man who is very ignorant to the world. But I want to see in my community, at least, more opportunities for women's entrepreneurship in the sense of running online businesses, running brick and mortar stores, and even better, which is I'm just going to go into a direct example rather than listing everything. Women's only clubs. Clubs like nightclubs. Imagine if that's not just some trend, some billionaire wants to invest in that and say, oh, well, we're going to have women's only nightclubs and we're going to try to run a bag up off this. Like, what if it's actually not only women who've had amazing experiences in the club, but women who've had not so amazing experiences in the club, women who don't feel like they're included or appreciated at the club. Mind you, other people that women want to include that I don't understand because I'm not a woman and I'm just offering an idea into the collective because my community is a bunch of cool people who are all types of identities, and anybody can take this and run this to the ends of the earth with. But again, I'm just the visionary over here. I'm just the one that's trying to offer things into the collective, and hopefully, again, I understand as a man presenting information to women on social media. I understand the women in my real life, they appreciate the information and the advice that I'd be given. But on social media, it's kind of wishy-washy. So I understand I'm playing with fire here, but understand it's with love that I'm saying this as a business person myself. And as somebody who almost desired to create wealth in that way, and almost like that like OnlyFans agency way. Mind you, it was only for like 2 or 3 days before I found out what was really going on. I don't like the customers. Again, there's good people in there, but I don't like the way the customers transact. I don't like the way that the product, you, are marketed. I don't like the way that the agency owners manage this stuff and then run the artist, the sex workers, like record labels run their own musicians, slaves, and then just refuse, like, let the artist or the worker be at the mercy of the deprecating validation that's inevitably coming their way because they're aging, or like they're aging out of their prime every second, rather than allowing them even an opportunity to like see how much value there is beyond their servitude or their ability to service somebody in like a sexual way. Let me wrap this shit up like this. Once you get on OnlyFans, you start making that OnlyFans money, you're going to see a lot of it. And especially if you haven't seen money like that before, you're going to think that, okay, let me just keep going harder and I'll just keep on making more money. No, you're walking into a rabbit hole, like an oasis that turns into this desert, which is a rabbit hole. If you could have that same amount of commitment and desire to see growth and change in literally any fucking thing, I promise you will be successful in it. If you are willing to do whatever it takes, anything is fucking possible. Turn that same amount of attention and focus that you see with other people showing off their cars and their houses and their this with OnlyFans money, which probably not even OnlyFans money, their parents are probably paying for it, and start focusing on the things that you genuinely want to be in spite of all the fucking limitations, and make that shit happen, because all you have to do is believe and then just fucking do it.